what it looks like, how it happens, how you show up. Good to see everybody. We're going to let everybody get in here for a few minutes. While we do, you guys kick us off. Somebody tell us something good this morning. Come on. Who's got a win? Who's got a win this week? Who needs a win this week? Maybe that's a better question. Who had a rough one last week and you need one this week? There we go. Nancy's like, I need a win this week.
I'll jump in here, Dusty.
Come on,
Um,
cousin Sherry.
Last week I fought the flu, so I am back in the office today, and it feels good to be back in reality. But it was rough last week, so I'm ready for a good week.
Did you have A or B? Cause it doesn't matter. They're
It
both.
doesn't matter. I feel like A through Z.
We invented one. That's what I had. That's what I had. I had the A through Z. I got you. We had it run through our house before Christmas, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty. Hey, here's a win. Y'all look at my sweatshirt here. Come on now. 40, what was it? 46 years. We haven't won in 46 years. If you are from Canada, I'm sorry. Just give us one. Come on. Come on. You can give us one gold medal. But it was super cool if you got to watch that. It was pretty awesome to see that. So, anybody else today? What do you got? What do you got? What's a win? Anybody? Anybody? Going once? Going twice?
Hey, I got one.
Come on.
I spontaneously came to Atlanta this weekend, not for family reunion, but for a family reunion, just to hang out with like KW friends. So that was fun. So
I love it. I love it. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, I do miss seeing all those people, that's for sure. So I love it. Anybody else this morning? Anybody
I'll
else?
go.
Come on, Nancy.
I'm just lucky to be on this call because my flight got canceled to San Antonio because we're in a blizzard. So here I am.
Oh gosh, yeah, here we are. Yeah. Yeah, if you're in the Northeast right now, you're probably not going anywhere. I saw Tim Macy this morning. He was literally sitting and like the snowbank was above his head. So it was pretty epic. Tim Macy's one of those weird guys though who loves that. He thinks it's awesome. Um, so we don't really get like legitimate snow in Texas. We call it snow, but it's not really snow. It's just ice. So well, Nancy, I'm grateful that you were able to be on. So I'll take that as a win. Grateful you were able to be on. Anybody else this morning? Anybody at all? Anybody at all? Okay. Well, hey, I'm gonna dig in. I better hit record. I almost didn't do it. I almost didn't do it.
hey, I already did it.
Oh, you already did it. Look at that. We're already going. That's what I'm talking about. High five to Felicia. Um, well, hey, we're gonna dig right in today. We are, man, I don't know if it feels like this to you, but so far this year feels like it is flying to me. I didn't feel that way last year. It felt like it was dragging. This year it feels like it's flying. Now, I think that's a good thing. Um, that the times they say what's the saying about like when things are good, time flies, right? Time flies when you're having fun, something like that. Okay, something like that. All right, we're just gonna run with that, okay? But we are already team like February is pretty much already over, so like March is already here. In any business, that means, just so you know, Q1 is pretty much coming to a close pretty quick. Okay. And so we're gonna have a little meeting today to kind of set the stage for where are we. All right. Does that sound good to everybody? Okay. This may hurt a little bit. You're welcome. Okay. Now I don't want to hurt you a lot, but I do want to hurt you a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna take a good look today at just where we are, how we got here, the adjustments we need to make. Everybody hear me. It is normal in life and business to make adjustments. You should be making adjustments. That's why we have these calls so that we can adjust where we are, change our course, change our direction if we need to. You've heard me coach on this before, but I talk a lot about making 1 degree changes. All right. I told you I know nothing about aviation, but I do know the 1 in 60 rule, which means if the nose of my plane is off 1 degree, for every mile that I'm in the air, I'm going to be off course Okay, for every 60 miles I'm in the air, I'm going to be off course 1 nautical mile, which means I'm not going to land where I want to land. All right. So the goal of today's call is that you start to make the adjustments you need to make right now in Q1 so that you can finish as strong as possible in Q1, but you can start Q2 and Q3 with momentum. All right. So no matter what's going on right now in your business, your life, whatever it is, here's what I know. You do have control of things. So today I want you to shift your focus from what you don't have control of to the things that you do have control of. All right. So I'm going to give you a model today. It's called the G.R.O.W model. You can just write it down. G.R.O.W. Okay. The G.R.O.W model. Here's the first part of it. All right. The G literally stands for your goal. So I want you to go back. I want you to remember and rewrite down the goal you had coming into this year, whatever that was. Hey, and this, guys, you may have some personal goals you may write down right here. You may have some business goals that you write down right here. You may have some financial goals that you write down right here. Okay. We've talked about this before as well. I'm not talking about your New Year's resolutions. Now, maybe you made some of those. I'm talking about like your goals, okay? Where you want to be at the end of this year. And it is vital that you have constant checks along the way to make sure you get where you want to go, okay? I may have said this before as well, but long, long time ago when we first landed on the moon, all right, that rocket ship was off course 97% of the time. Okay. I hope that makes you feel better. Okay. You'd be like, all right, well, I'm not 97% off all the time. Okay. But it was off 97% of the time. They had to make constant little adjustments to get to where they want to go. So don't beat yourself up if you are off your goal today. We still have the opportunity to right that ship. We're not too late. It's not over. Okay. Maybe you didn't hit Q1 goal like you wanted to, or maybe it looks like you're not going to. That does not mean that you can't get ahead of the game for Q2. And thank you guys for your openness and honesty over here in the chat box. Keep putting that over there. This is these are the goals that I'm going after. Okay. I love that. All right. First things first, I want you to write this down. Okay. I want you to write down 25, 30, 30, 15. 25, 30, 30, 15. I have run this model from my first day in real estate and it has yet to fail me, and that tells me that it works. All right. If you got a different one, great. Run it. If you don't, run mine. I know it works. Okay. All right. Here's what it stands for. Get to 25% of your goal in the first quarter. That's the goal. That I would hit 25% of my goal in Q1. 30, 30. Hit 30% of your goal Q2, 30% of your goal Q3. That means by the time we get to Q4, if I've done this right, all I got to do is hit 15% of my goal. I will tell you that most of the people that I coach and in my own real estate team for the whole time that I did this full time, by the time I got to Q4, we were already at goal because we stayed focused on what was in front of us. So whatever your goal is, right? So Keith Jones said he's got a $120,000 net goal. That's what he has for this year. So Keith, you want to take a look at, are you going to be at 25% of that at the end of March? And then we make adjustments accordingly. Okay. Julia has down 500,000 in GCI, right? With a and then 2026 $1 million goal. Okay. You guys with me? So 25, 30, 30, 15. So the first question is, are you on track to your goal? Actually, I would even ask you this. Are you real specific in the goal that you have? All right. So we want to be real specific, whether it be a personal goal. Okay. So let me give you an example. As a personal goal, I would not write down, I want to lose weight. Okay. That's not specific. Are you with me? Okay. Or, hey, I'm gonna work out. Okay. I love you. No, you're not. Okay. You got to get specific. All right. I want to lose X amount of pounds. I'm going to work out 4 days a week for 30 minutes. That's being specific. You guys track with me? So the first question is, are you specific in your goal? All right. And then I just want to give you some questions to think about as you go through this. Okay. Number one, I want you to ask yourself and remind yourself, what is it that I'm trying to build? When I look at the big picture of this, what is it that I'm trying to build in 2026? Okay. For instance, when you have a personal goal, like I love what Julia wrote down over here as her personal goal, it's actually much bigger than just a weight loss, right? You're trying to build a life, right? Where you have energy and you have excitement and you feel good about who you are and you feel good about how you look, right? Same thing in our business. We have an income target. How many of you on this call have an income target this year? Okay? You have a goal, right? Would you agree with me that goal is way bigger than a number? Right? There's a purpose or multiple purposes behind that goal. Okay. For me, one of the biggest purposes that I have is there's some things I want to do with my family that require a level of finances for me to be able to do that. Okay. So there's a lot that goes into it. So what am I actually trying to build? Okay. The second question, is my goal specific or is it just hopeful? Am I being specific or is it just hopeful? All right. And then I want you to ask this question. This is vitally important. Am I chasing activity or am I aiming at something very clear? All right. Activity for activity's sake is never going to get us where we want to go. Okay. Never going to get us where we want to go. So I want you to think about, are my actions in alignment with where I want to go? Okay. And you got to have an honest conversation with yourself about that. All right. You cannot hit what you have not defined, and you cannot hit it without defined action. Very clear target, very clear action, not activity for activity's sake. Okay? All right. Now, here's the hard part. That's the G. Okay? The hard part's the R. This is reality. All right? So we're gonna have a good reality check right now. All right? Here's what I want to make sure you do first. Okay? Are you on target? Are you on target? Are you in alignment with where you feel you should be today? Do not beat yourself up if the answer is no. Okay. But are you in alignment? Are you on target to hit the goal that you have right now? All right. Whether you are, whether you aren't, I want to give you some key questions to ask yourself today. Okay. What does my calendar say about my priorities? That's the first question. What does my calendar say about my priorities? If I were to look at your calendar today, what would it tell me? What would it show me? Okay. Would you agree that you and I make time to do the things that are most important? Yes or no? We do, right? So when you look at your calendar, is it showing what's important? Okay. All the way down to the time with your family. If you squeeze in your relationships, they will feel it and they will know it. All right. Okay. So we got to have goals across the board here. Here's another question. Am I consistent or am I sporadic? Am I consistent or am I sporadic? You've heard me coach you before that the boring is where we win. Okay. We win in the boring. By and large, our days should have a level of boring to them. Okay. Right? That's where success is. We've got to live in that space of, hey, I'm going to do the activities that I know take me where I want to go. Okay. Now I want you to write this statement down. Reality isn't negative, it's just informative. All right. Right here in the GROW model, the R, where we get to reality, this is simply awareness. That's it. This is not for you to beat yourself up. This isn't for you to like get off this call and be like, well, that was the worst call of my day. Coach just told me I was behind and I'm not getting. No, that's not the point. The point is that we have awareness. Awareness is transformational. Once I know where I'm at and how I got there, now I can know what I need to do in order to make the picture look different. Right? Okay. You may be on goal, you may be ahead of goal, and if you are, I'm going to encourage you to keep doing the right things and double down on them. Okay? So that you keep that momentum up and so that you stay ahead. Okay? The reason we're doing this here is this is actually where growth starts, is in reality. It doesn't start in motivation. Let me tell you what will happen to motivation. Motivation wanes. Okay? Motivation wanes. Commitment stays. Okay? Yeah, it's reality isn't negative, Anthony. Reality is informative, and reality is awareness. That's it. Um, no judgment, no drama. Okay, no beating yourself up. Just, hey, this is the reality of where I'm at. And now that I know that, I can do something about it. Okay, I remember one of my very first coaching calls. It may have been my very first coaching call. My coach got on and said, okay, Dusty, I'm sending you a sheet right now. It's your net worth sheet. And I was like, well, I can fill that out right now. I was like, we ain't got no net worth. And I'll never forget what he said. Okay. He said, great. Now we know our starting point. Let's go to work. Right? Now but would you agree that's a great coach that goes, hey, great, man. Like, hey, if we're at zero, fine. At least we know our starting point. At least we know the hand we're dealt. We know where we're playing from. We can go do something now. Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions. What does your pipeline actually look like? Don't sugarcoat it. Don't beef it up. I want you to go out 90 days and ask yourself, what does it look like? Okay. I also want you to ask this question. What's one thing you could do right now in your business that if you were to do it, it would radically change your business? One thing, like literally that you could start to put into play in the next 24 hours. Or you fill in the blank. What's one thing you could do right now in your personal life that would radically change your personal life? Just one thing. Hey, can I tell you something? My bride and I have started doing one thing, super simple. We have a weekly check-in. That's it. 30 minutes. We sit down. We have a list of questions that we ask each other. And the other one is not allowed to talk. It's really difficult for me. Okay. Really difficult for me. Like I got stuff to say. Okay. But I don't get to talk. I just ask the question and I listen. I listen to what's going on in her heart. I listen to what's going on in her mind. Like I hear her. All right. And then we flip. And she asks me the same questions. And now I get to talk. And she don't get to talk. You know what I mean? But just that one thing has just it's brought us together. It's helped us learn. Okay, you guys, like one thing. Okay, don't get caught up in thinking you got 9 million things to get. Like, just what's one thing that's going to help you move forward? That's reality. Okay. Now, here's the O. There's actually 3 parts to the O. Write these 3 words down. Okay, obstacles, opportunities, and options. Obstacles, opportunities, and options. How many of you have some obstacles today? Come on now. They're out there, yes or no? Throw them in the chat box or somebody come off mute and just tell us maybe an obstacle or 2 that's in front of you. Just real quick. What are a couple obstacles? Throw them in the chat or you can come off mute. How about people? Aren't people sometimes obstacles? Anybody? Or is that just me? Yeah? How about the fact that some of our obstacles are out of our control? Yes or no? Okay. The third O is options. Okay. Man, there you go. Keith, thank you. Dave, thank you. Yeah, limited thoughts that play like a record. Yeah. Okay. Let me give you some consistent obstacles I see in people as I coach. Fear. It's an obstacle. Inconsistency. Obstacle. A skill gap. I see that a lot. Okay, a skill gap. Like you just don't have the skill yet. Okay. The way they manage their time. Oh my goodness. I will always have a job, just so you know. Always have a job based on the time management skills of people. Okay. All right. Emotional fatigue. I see that a lot. Man, I'm just tired. Okay. Now, everything I just gave you are those things that I have an opportunity to control. Yes, they are. I have DNA in all of those things. Okay. I want you just to identify the obstacles, and I want you to write this down. In every single obstacle, there's opportunity. In every single obstacle, there's opportunity. All right. It may be opportunity to grow. It may be opportunity to change something. Okay. Could be opportunity to see something in a new way. All right. But there is opportunity. All right. You cannot solve obstacles if you refuse to see them. You got to see them. All right. And you got to go back up to the R and have a reality about it. All right. Now, let's talk about opportunities. I want you to ask yourself a few questions. Here's the first one. What is this season teaching me? What is this season teaching me? Whatever season you're in today, team, there's a lesson in it. Probably multiple. There's a reason that you're in it. Identify that reason. Man, what can I pull out of this that's going to grow me as a person, that's going to grow me as a business owner, that's going to grow me as a parent, as a spouse? What can I get? What can I learn out of this? The next question is, what skill is this forcing me to build? Can I tell you what most obstacles and most problems do? They identify our gaps. They illuminate our lack. And instead of focusing on it, I want you to think, okay, hey, I've got an opportunity to grow right here in a skill that's going to take me forward. So what is that skill that I can grow in? Okay. And then a great question I want you to ask yourself too is, where is your leverage? Where is the leverage hiding in your life? Like where do we need to bring in some leverage? Okay. And I just want you to think different about the obstacles in front of you. Okay. So let's say, we just came out of a very slow market. A lot of people complained about the slowness of the market. Instead of thinking, man, this is a slow market, we need to be thinking this is an opportunity for me to deepen my relationships. Do you guys see the difference in the way you think? Okay. There's an obstacle and then there's an opportunity. There's fewer deals going on right now. Great. That's an opportunity for you to make your systems even better. So when the deals start flying in, you have the systems to support it. Okay. Another example would be tough clients. Anybody ever have tough clients? Oh my goodness. Anybody ever get a hold of crazy before? Anybody? It's out there. Okay. Make sure people aren't calling you crazy, but do you know what tougher clients do for us? They teach us how to be better communicators. They teach us how to be patient. Teach us how to problem solve. You with me? So instead of focusing on the obstacle, we got to focus on what it can do for us. And then options. All right. Here's some great questions to ask yourself when it comes to options. What are 3 ways I could have responded differently? What are 3 ways that I could respond differently? Like before you actually respond, sit down and go, okay, what are all the different ways that I could respond to what's in front of me? I've taught all of you before the pause model. That pause model is for this, to stop and go, okay, I see the obstacle, I see the opportunities, right? Now, what are my options here? How do I best navigate what's in front of me? Okay. Great leaders are great navigators. It doesn't mean you're the one who has to do it, but you are the one who takes care of the ship. Are you with me? All right. Another question you need to ask yourself in options is, who can I ask for help? Okay, everybody hear me. Stop thinking that you are the only one. Like it takes a group. Okay. Like I guarantee you, one of the best things you can do is get some wisdom from other people. Hey, here's the situation I have. What are your thoughts about that? Like, gain some wisdom before we move into making a decision. Okay. Another great question is, what can I eliminate here? And where can I double down? And I want you to write this statement down. If you don't hear anything else I say, hear this today, okay? You are not out of options. You are only out of perspective. Okay? You're not out of options. You're out of perspective. Hit the pause button and gain perspective. When you gain perspective, you gain clarity. And when I have clarity, it makes my decisions real easy. Okay? And then the W in the GROW model is very simply taking all of this we just talked about and asking one question. What's my way forward? What's my way forward today? Okay. Not what are my next 10 steps? Not what am I going to do over the course of the next 30 days? It's what's my next right step right now? That's the way forward. What's my next right step right now? What's the one action I can take right now that's gonna move me forward and start to correct my course? Okay. Those planes that the nose of their plane is off 1 degree and it keeps moving over like this, airplanes don't just turn to go back on course. It takes them time to get the right trajectory to turn and get back on course. They communicate with a lot of people. All right. A lot of people are involved in this process. All right. And it takes a long time to move something that big. It's going to do the same thing for you, but we got to start taking the right steps. Okay. This ties back to, remember, we coached you on the 80-20 principle, right? 20% of my activities leads to 80% of my results. What's 20% of 20%? 4%. I just broke it down more, right? That's getting more specific. What's 20% of 4%? It's 0.8. Rounded up is 1. Okay. If we want to grow today, we have to identify the one next step that I can take that's going to lead me there. Okay. Momentum is gained in one clear step. So I want you to fill in the blank for this right now before you get off the call. My way forward today is blank. Fill in the blank. My way forward today is blank. It could be a hard conversation you need to have. It could be you just need to pick up the phone. Okay. It could be you need to get on a call with your mentor or your coach and ask some questions. Okay. Like, but what's my one way forward today? All right. Sound good to everybody? You with me? Is this helpful? Keith,
Can I
what do you
share
got
it?
for me?
So my way forward is to share that I wrote down that I am at 55% of my net income goal by July 1st, 2026. And I'm going to put it right here on my wall by where I work. And so now I shared it publicly, and I'm going to keep you guys posted. Let's talk on that first July call.
Come on. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, Keith. Okay, with me? Identify it today. Take one step forward. That's how you and I grow moving forward. Sound good? All right. Let's go get them. Bless you guys. We'll see you next week, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.